Our form's really patchy at the moment. The last 4 games have been win-loss, win-loss, and that's a lot better than it had been before when we've been on a huge losing streak. Let's see if we can improve that form today and hopefully start to climb the table. The target is still the top half. It's starting to look pretty tough now. But let's see if we can at least maintain where we were from last season. I think that would be at least a decent season, even if it's not as good as I might have hoped. But you never know. A couple of wins today, and we might be able to start thinking about getting up that table a bit. Before we get to the main event today, here we go. We have yet another excellent intake. Massive pinch of salt here, folks. I'm not at all convinced. They think they've got a winger, they think we've got a striker, we think we've got a centre-back, but I'm not at all convinced because we've had this before and it hasn't happened. So we'll see what happens when they arrive. And I have taken a screenshot of this so that we can compare it on the day, as we have done for a few years now. Hopefully this time it won't be complete nonsense and we will have at least a couple of players. Certainly attacking-wise, we could do with some. Use a slightly different format this time. We're going to have a second half and then we're going to have a full game after that. Partly because I forgot to hit record, but also partly because, mainly because I forgot to hit record, to be honest. But here we are in the second half. We did get a goal towards the end of the first half. Landolfini managing to get on the score sheet. And hopefully Bolzan can double it here. He can't quite. Composure is not what it might be, to be honest. But we do look like the better team here at the moment. We're playing quite well. And we are hopefully heading towards another win. As you can see, we've had some good form recently. Heading towards where I want to be. Not quite where I want to be at the moment in terms of the points target that I set myself. But this would actually leave us, if we were to win this, we would be 4 points off where I'd want to be at this point. And that would be a good result. But obviously, long time to go. Better make a substitution. Giliberti has made his first start in some time here. And I think we're going to be heading for a fairly tough last 10 minutes here. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tense. Unless Bassett can get a goal now or find Bolzan. Bolzan gets the goal and it's no longer going to be tight. It's no longer going to be tense. We are simply going to beat Pescara 2-0. The Pescaran Dolphin vanquished. And that leaves us comfortably in 11th place, trying to chase that top half finish that we really, really want. And I do feel like it might be coming because we have improved our form a little bit. And that is a really, really good result to have. Apologies, we missed the first half, but second half obviously more important than the first, so that's all right. We will be coming back for the game against Regina. And I think given that we've had just half a game there, I think we'll come back for at least the first half against Seregno as well. What we'll do is we'll cut away from these games when they are finished one way or the other. Whether if we're 2 or 3-0 up in the beginning of the second half against either team, we'll cut away. If we're getting absolutely spanked, we'll cut away. But we will cover both the Regina and the Seregno games. So we've got parts of all 3 games, and hopefully we will manage to bring another few wins. That would be very, very nice for us. But we have won 4 in the last 6, which I think is pretty good form for a team that is not supposed to be finishing above, bottom place here. So fingers crossed, this is a pretty good run for us, and it's one that we can continue in the next game. I'll be back in a short while. See you in a second. So here we go for the second of the 3. Regina now, away from home. So a game where I'd probably be pretty happy with the draw, to be honest. Reynald Nori's playing for them. Goodness me. Quite unusual for me to see players that I've actually heard of in this league. But that's certainly one. Premier League player for the moment, of course, playing at Wolves. I watched him a couple of nights ago when I was at the Emirates Stadium watching him play against Arsenal and get beaten in the last minute, which was very satisfying. Let's see if we can do the same to him here. Rojas goes through, and unfortunately, they've done very similar to what Wolves did. They've scored early. Hopefully, this is a harbinger of excellent news to come if we do the exact same thing to them that Arsenal did to Wolves. Nori has also been booked. Landolfini goes through, and Landolfini has equalised. It's taken us a lot less time than it took Arsenal, and I don't know why that was getting checked. It looked like a very straightforward goal to me. Right, and with the scores level, let's see if we can try and take the lead here. Landolfini played in Bolzan, but Bolzan could not find the back of the net. They are pressing, though. He's certainly been very good since the goal. I think I probably do take a draw here. Decent result against a team who's a fair bit ahead of me. Don't think they're really a team that I'm going to be looking to overtake, although it'd be nice if we could. If we could, then we might be thinking about even the playoffs. Right, I'm going to take Bolzan off because he's struggling slightly for fitness and hasn't had a great game anyway. So we're going to bring on Ancona. Came in, of course, at the back end of last year and did all right. Nothing special. I think we will take off Landolfini as well, who's slightly struggling with his fitness. So we can bring on Giordano for him. Patchy is it forward, but there was no one there. I'm not quite sure who that was intended for, but it was straight to a Regina player. Cassandro and Perizan makes the save. Winning shot there, though. Only 300 Zaffarana fans at Regina today. Into stoppage time. Perizan takes that. Can we counter? Papetti finds Roller. Back to Papetti. Bassett and Bolzan combine. Landolfini now finds Bassett and he chips the keeper, but it hits the bar and goes over the top. And it looks to me like it's probably heading for a draw. Can we get one more chance? Papetti can't find Bolzan. Looks like they're going to get one more chance there. Rabbi hits over the bar. Stradi to Landolfini, Roller, Papetti. Can we have one last chance before full time? Papetti crosses the ball in, and it goes past everyone, and that will be that, I'm sure. Decent draw away from. Oh no, Rabbi's through. Oh, he's missed it. What a miss from Rabbi. How would I feel if that would be the Zaffarana player? Possibly got away with it a little bit at the end there, but perfectly good enough draw against a team that we probably should be losing to. And 25 points from 19 games is solid. It's not spectacular. It's 5 points less than I would have liked at this point, but it's not bad at all. So we're going to head through to the last of those 3 games. Right, and I'm back, and I've realised, of course, it was already the last game, so we won't be coming back because there is no games now for quite some time. We've got the winter break starting now, so that will be it in terms of games today. Did want to just show you, though, the finances and what's going to happen when a few transfers go through shortly, because I don't actually know exactly what's going to happen, and I don't think the projection works particularly well for this sort of thing. We're obviously a lot of debt at the moment. I'm hoping to get a takeover soon. Doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. But in a moment, that 3.77 million hopefully will change a bit because there are some players leaving. So we'll get a bit of money in, and more importantly, we'll get some of the wage bill lightened slightly. And there we go. We've got three players who have left, and they're pretty pleased. Another one pretty pleased. So generally, the fans pretty pleased about the sales that we've made. And that 3.77 million becomes 3.89 million. So it hasn't helped as much as I hoped it might. And obviously, we are paying for all sorts of other things, which means that our debt is going up all the time, and then we get the odd bit of income here and there. It is an issue, and it's something we're going to need to think about over the next few weeks, and try and make sure we can sell maybe 1 or 2 of our bigger players. Someone like Nicola Volta, I think, is going to have to move on, but I am struggling to sell them at the moment because there's no interest. I don't know whether the clubs are just wise to the fact that we've got such problems in terms of our finances that we're going to have to sell. But yeah, it's going to be a problem if we can't get someone offloaded for a significant amount of money, because we are in serious problems with our finances at the moment. There are a few players here like Vignola. I don't want to sell him. He's very, very good. He's 17 years old. He's good enough already for the team. And in fact, I might even play him instead of Bassett for the next game. And yeah, I just don't want to sell him. Whereas there are a couple of players who are attracting interest who I might be able to sell. So we will see how that goes. And I will be back with you tomorrow. Thank you for watching today. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow with some news of a couple of sales, and we will be able to get a couple more wins in and start pushing up that table, maybe ending up in that top half in the second half of the season. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.